Wind back the clock to 500 BC, when Bahrain was a bustling trade hub in the ancient world. Imagine a place where commerce and culture thrived, a beacon of civilization where the East met the West. This was Bahrain, or as it was known then, Dilmun. Dilmun was a linchpin in the complex trade networks of the ancient world. Goods from Indus Valley and Mesopotamia would flow through its ports, making it a hub of wealth and a melting pot of cultures. The island was a paradise, a place of peace and plenty, where sweet water sprang from the desert and the seas teemed with pearls. But the world was changing, and so too was Dilmun. The Persians, an emergent superpower, cast their gaze upon the prosperous island. By the 4th century BC, Bahrain had fallen under Persian control. Yet rather than stifling Dilmun's spirit, this new influence added another layer to its rich tapestry. As the centuries rolled on, another force swept across the Middle East, the Hellenistic Empire. Alexander the Great's conquests left their mark on Bahrain. The island was renamed Tylos, its culture infused with Greek thought and tradition. Then, in the 7th century AD, a profound shift occurred. The introduction of Islam brought a new worldview and a new way of life. Bahrain was one of the first territories outside the Arabian Peninsula to accept this faith, forever altering its cultural and societal landscape. Yet through all these changes, Bahrain retained its unique character. It absorbed the influences of Persia, Greece, and Islam, but it never lost its essence. The spirit of Dilmun, of openness, of trade, of cultural exchange lived on. And so we see a microcosm of the world's history and the story of this small island. From the bustling trade hub of Dilmun to the strategic outpost of Persia and the Hellenistic Empire to the Islamic heartland, Bahrain's journey is as rich as it is enlightening. This rich ancient history laid the foundation for the diverse and complex nation that is Bahrain today. Fast forward to the 19th and 20th centuries, when Bahrain experienced a seismic shift in its economy. Picture this: Bahrain, once a pearl in the Arabian Gulf, its economy centered around the delicate iridescent spheres harvested from the ocean depths. The pearl industry was not just a source of wealth, it was a way of life, a tradition passed down through generations. But as the 19th century drew to a close, the industry saw a decline. The invention of cultured pearls in Japan in the early 20th century meant that pearls could now be mass-produced, causing the value of Bahrain's natural pearls to plummet. Enter the 1930s. The world was in the throes of the Great Depression, and Bahrain was not immune to its effects. But beneath the island's sandy surface, a discovery was about to be made that would change the course of its history. The year was 1932, and Bahrain became the first Arab state in the Persian Gulf to strike black gold, oil. The discovery of oil was a turning point for Bahrain. It transformed the country's economy, setting the stage for a wave of modernization. The windfall from petroleum exports led to the development of infrastructure, healthcare, and education. The island's population grew, and with it a burgeoning middle class. Bahrain was no longer a pearl diver's haven, it was an oil kingdom. But the shift wasn't without its challenges. The new wealth brought with it social and economic disparities. The traditional pearl diving communities were left behind, their skills and knowledge becoming redundant in the face of the oil boom. And as Bahrain's economy became increasingly reliant on oil, it also became vulnerable to the fluctuating global oil markets. The discovery of oil marked a new chapter in Bahrain's history, propelling it into the modern era. Despite the challenges, the nation adapted and evolved, embracing the change and opportunity that came with its newfound wealth. From pearls to petroleum, Bahrain's economic journey is a testament to its resilience and adaptability. Bahrain, a tapestry of cultural and religious influences, is home to a unique blend of communities. This island nation in the Arabian Gulf boasts a rich history of religious diversity where a myriad of faiths and beliefs coexist in harmony. At the heart of Bahrain's religious landscape is Islam, practiced by the majority of the population. This is not monolithic, however, as it is divided primarily between the two sects of Sunni and Shia, each with its distinct practices and traditions. The Sunni Muslims, traditionally associated with the ruling family and upper echelons of society, coexist with the Shia majority, forming a complex socio-religious dynamic that has shaped Bahrain's history and culture. But the religious tapestry of Bahrain is not solely woven by Islam. The country also hosts communities of Christians, Hindus, Baha'is, and Jews, among others. Each of these communities contributes to the rich cultural fabric of Bahrain, adding their own unique threads to the tapestry. Christianity, for instance, has had a presence in Bahrain since the earliest centuries of the Common Era, and today churches of various denominations can be found across the island. Hinduism, brought by traders and laborers from the Indian subcontinent, also has a significant presence, particularly in the capital city, Manama. The Baha'i faith, a relatively recent addition to Bahrain's religious landscape, emphasizes the unity of all religions and mankind, reflecting in many ways Bahrain's own commitment to religious harmony. The Jewish community, though small, has deep roots in Bahrain, contributing to the nation's vibrancy and diversity. In Bahrain, these diverse religious communities not only coexist but also influence the society, culture, and even the cuisine of the nation. They celebrate their respective religious festivals, contributing to a calendar full of colorful and vibrant celebrations that reflect the nation's spirit of inclusivity and tolerance. In Bahrain, religion and society are deeply intertwined, shaping the nation's unique cultural identity. In Bahrain, power is a family affair. This statement holds true when we delve into the country's political and economic history, where the influence of a few families is clearly discernible. At the heart of this power structure is the Al Khalifa family, who have held sway over Bahrain since the late 18th century. Their rule has extended through generations, shaping the nation's politics and society in profound ways. The Al Khalifa family's influence has not only been political but also economic. They have an extensive array of business interests that span across different sectors, contributing to their vast wealth. The Al Khalifa's rule has been characterized by a delicate balance of power. They have successfully maintained their authority by skillfully navigating complex tribal alliances, regional politics, and international relations. This has involved a careful blend of diplomacy, strategic marriages, and, at times, force. But the Al Khalifa are not the only power players in Bahrain. Other influential families have also left their mark on the country's political and economic landscape. These families have wielded considerable influence through their business empires, contributing to the nation's economy and shaping its society. The wealth of these families is staggering, to say the least. They have amassed fortunes through their involvement in various sectors, including real estate, finance, and industry. Their wealth has allowed them to exert significant influence over the country's economy and politics, either directly or indirectly. However, this concentration of wealth and power in a few families has not been without its challenges. It has led to societal divisions and has often been a source of political tension. Yet these families have managed to maintain their grip on power, skillfully adapting to changing circumstances and emerging stronger. In conclusion, the concentration of power and wealth in a few families, most notably the Al Khalifa, has significantly shaped Bahrain's political and economic landscape. Their influence has been pivotal in shaping the nation's past and will undoubtedly continue to shape its future. Bahrain today stands at the crossroads of tradition and modernity. The nation, while steeped in centuries-old customs and beliefs, is also a beacon of progress and innovation in the Middle East. Its political landscape is complex, shaped by both internal dynamics and external pressures. The Kingdom of Bahrain, a monarchy since its independence in 1971, is currently under the rule of King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. The king has introduced some democratic reforms, including a bicameral parliament and universal suffrage. However, these moves have not been without controversy, with allegations of human rights abuses and political suppression frequently making headlines. Indeed, Bahrain's human rights record has been a point of contention. Reports of arbitrary detentions, restrictions on freedom of expression, and allegations of torture are all issues that the country grapples with. The government has made commitments to address these concerns, but progress has been slow and the road to reform is riddled with obstacles. Geopolitically, Bahrain holds a strategic position in the Persian Gulf. It is home to the United States Navy's Fifth Fleet, underscoring its importance to international security. Bahrain's alliances, particularly with Saudi Arabia and the United States, have helped maintain its stability in a volatile region. Yet, the question remains: how would Bahrain respond to a major Middle Eastern conflict? The answer is nuanced. Given its alliances, Bahrain would likely align itself with its traditional partners. But the impact on its society, particularly the families who hold significant power, could be profound. It might also further expose the religious divide within the country, as the majority Shia population is ruled by a Sunni monarchy. Despite its small size, Bahrain's strategic location and rich history make it a significant player in the Middle East. As we look to the future, we can only speculate on the paths Bahrain will tread. But one thing is certain: its story is far from over, and its role in shaping the region's destiny is yet to be fully realized.